gathering people together, asking some questions, and doing something. And I think it's really important to acknowledge and appreciate and connect people who want something that already, they know they want something. So for starting here, there were people who cared about this physical location, they cared about having groups meeting, cared about having art on the walls, having more people here, understanding the policies, a whole bunch of different stuff. And I'm actually thinking about what do I do next, because come June, I'm term limited until June 15th, and then I want to be working out of here, doing something else. And then asking, showing a series of questions which have key assumptions. So maybe a key assumption, I've been thinking about like money issues in Portland and in the country larger, and there's different, like the tax code, like there's an assumption that it has to be tens of thousands of pages, but you could write a tax code in a third of a page. So that's just one assumption. And in this clip I'll show you from a movie, this kid asks a question, did you know my father? His father dies. Did you know my father, and do you know what this key is for? And I think, and that goes to the third part, which is do. So when he asks these questions, it brings people together. And he ends up sending them photos, he ends up writing a letter, he takes photos of them. There's a lot of results that you can see. And so, a result of here is there's results you can see in me and Fitz and others taking photos, doing video, writing stuff, it's posting events, just making stuff visible is really important. And so I'll just show this movie I saw a few days ago, which I really liked. More people, like everyone was crying in the theater, and I was too. It was really cool. It's called Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. And you could say it's about September 11th, but I think of it as a kid who lost his father. And his father died, and he was trying to reconnect in some way. So with community organizing, I think for me I like to map stuff out, and there's actually a literal map here of Central Park. And then you can map out relationships of people. I know this is kind of abstract, but finding how people are already connecting and appreciating where they are. And then asking questions, so he goes to people and asks advice. He says, do you know my father? Do you know what this key's for? And his grandfather comes into the movie and goes with him around asking people. So just by asking questions, he builds community. And they end up taking photos, so we can see who are these people we're talking to, and that ends up coming relevant later on when he shows his mom what he's been up to. He lets his mom live the experience with him. And this woman who we saw back here, she's not so happy about some things, and her husband is not so happy about some things. And in the movie, through this process of gathering people together and asking questions and doing something, showing results, this couple actually ends up, his father's dead, but this was his parents when they were alive, and this couple actually ends up kind of, their relationship turns into this as one of many positive results out of community organizing. And I'll just show the clip because I've been sort of processing this movie. I think it's really interesting.
My dad said the way I saw the world was
Can you hear me?
that I was different than everyone else. A great game we played was reconnaissance expedition. He told me to bring back something from every decade in the 20th century. I found something from every decade.
Already. Rock.
So as a community organizer, I think, yeah, things might suck at a certain point and be really terrible, but we do what we can with what we have. And I think that's to focus on what can we do, what we want.
I miss his voice. I miss his voice telling me he loves me. Me too. After he died, I found this key in my dad's closet. How can I find the lock that it fits? What's it got to do with my dad?
I told you we didn't know anything about your father.
But finally, what this key fits.
Would be enough.
He must have wanted me to find something. What is it open?
becoming a kid is afraid of a lot of stuff, like they're saying in the movie, and you face your fears, you do stuff that's really hard. And I think that's interesting to grow personally by doing something that could be impossible. And so if it works out, you can call it a miracle, or you could just say it worked out. But I think that's pretty powerful.
I'm right here if you need me.
And yeah, so that's what I like about community organizing.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Cool. Any questions? Or, yeah. All right. Thanks. Do I do this?